Wow. I mean, okay, so Donald Trump is having, I guess, one of the most just incredible public meltdowns I think we've ever seen from a president. And he's going directly after his own supporters. The very people, the MAGA base that's followed him for years. And it's all because they're starting to question how he's handling this whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. He's lashing out at them, calling them weaklings and gullible fools for believing what he's now calling a hoax. It's You really have to hear this rant he posted. I'm just going to read it to you word for word. But first, real quick, if you could just hit the like button, maybe subscribe to the channel, it, you know, it really does help us cut through all the noise from the right wing media and get this stuff out there. And maybe, I don't know, drop a comment below with what you think of this whole scene. It just helps with the algorithm, honestly. So it all kicked off this morning with this, I mean, this completely unhinged post on his Truth Social platform. He just went on this tirade full of all his greatest hits, delusion, projection. It honestly reads like a manifesto from some cornered gaslighting narcissist who feels the walls closing in. He starts off, of course, blaming the Democrats for everything, just reheating all these tired old lies from years ago. Quote, the radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again. Just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. And even the Russia scam itself, a totally fake and made up story used in order to hide crooked Hillary Clinton's big loss in the 2016 presidential election. These scams and hoaxes are all the Democrats are good at, end quote. I mean, you can just feel the rage, right? Just boiling over in the words. After that whole, that laundry list of old debunked conspiracies, he finally gets to what's really bothering him. The real point of this whole tantrum, which is his new scam, I guess, trying to make the entire Jeffrey Epstein affair just disappear. And this is where he turns on his own people, the MAGA followers who, I guess, have finally found a line they won't cross. Here's the next part. Quote, their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, and my PACE supporters have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years. End quote. Did you catch that? He calls them his past supporters. Like as if, wow, as if their loyalty just means nothing the second they stop believing every single lie he tells. And then he pivots, right? Immediately starts whining that nobody's talking about his quote unquote success. It's truly pathetic. It's the behavior of a deeply insecure narcissist who just cannot stand anyone or anything else being the center of attention. Then comes the final kick in the teeth to his own base, where he literally tells them to get lost. Quote, let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success, because I don't want their support anymore. End quote. Just wow. Let's be real. This whole thing is a sign of complete and total desperation from a White House in chaos. They've been trying to kill this story for weeks, and this rant, this is just proof that their clumsy cover-up is failing miserably. And what's really incredible here is who's sounding the alarm. I mean, you've got his own world of enablers getting freaked out. You have people like Steve Bannon and even the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, and they're out there demanding more transparency on these files. It's just wild to watch the guy who rode the birther conspiracy all the way to the White House now have a complete narcissist meltdown because his own people are obsessed with a conspiracy. He taught them to be this way, didn't he? And now the monster that he created is turning on him because he wants to protect his powerful, disgusting friends. And his base, you can see it's finally starting to crack under the weight of his lies and just his absolute contempt for them. The article I was reading notes that some of his most hardcore loyalists actually spent the weekend burning their red hats in disgust. One user on social media, they summed it up perfectly. And this really shows how Trump is bleeding support from the people he needs the most. Quote, Donald Trump just said he doesn't want my support anymore because I care about the Epstein files. Goodbye, Mr. President. You just lost me. End quote. This thing goes so much deeper than just a few angry posts online. The entire MAGA world was apparently sent into a rage when Trump's own Attorney General, Pam Bondi, tried to officially shut this whole thing down with a Justice Department memo. And that move apparently sparked a kind of civil war inside the administration. You know, down here in D.C., it led to a major clash with people you'd think would be on his side. Someone like conservative commentator Dan Bonginoho, you know, is a huge voice in that world, was reportedly so furious he was threatening to just walk away over this last week. Matt Walsh, another conservative commentator, a guy who is usually a reliable, you know, a bootlicker for the right, he captured the insanity of it all perfectly. Quote, I've been reliably informed that it's now the responsibility of Trump supporters to prove our loyalty by accepting this obvious load of horseshit and stop demanding that child predators be brought to justice. End quote. You can just feel the profound sense of betrayal from people who built their entire identity around this man for years. Another former supporter wrote a message directly to Trump that just, it cuts right to the bone. Here's what they said, quote, Dear President Trump, I voted for you 6 times. If wanting to see justice for the victims of crimes against children makes me a bad person, then so be it. You did this to yourself, signed a very bad person that will never stop. End quote. I mean, when you really peel it all back, right, all the layers of this crazy rant, the real story is that I think Donald Trump is just a coward. He is terrified of what his association with a convicted monster like Jeffrey Epstein says about him. He is choosing to protect the powerful and the perverted over the very people who put him back in the White House. This is a man who demands absolute loyalty but offers none in return, and his supporters, they're getting a masterclass in that reality this morning. This is, I guess, the ultimate fate of any movement built around a malignant narcissist. It always eats itself alive in the end. The gaslighter in chief is losing his grip and he's panicking in public for the whole world to see. So I really want to know what you think in the comments. Is this it? Is this the moment the whole MAGA fever finally breaks for good? I'm going to try and read all of your reactions to this complete chaotic mess. And hey, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Ring that notification bell because we are going to stay all over this story and just keep exposing the rot at the heart of this administration. We've got to keep fighting for our democracy together. Thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next Trump Meltdown. Bye.